What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and to more WWE 2K22. And here we are once again talking about the most requested feature for a WWE game. It feels like ever since GN mode was removed, that is the #1 thing that we have been asking for over 10 years now. So in this video, we're gonna be doing something that we kind of been doing every year over the last 3 years, and that is talking about the good features from GN mode that we actually want to see in universe mode, because I said it before, not every single feature on GN mode is a good feature. So bringing the whole mode back is not really gonna fix the issues and give us all the fixes and upgrades that universe mode need. So with that said, let's get into it and let's go ahead and discuss the actual 5 things that I want to see from GN mode get added into universe mode. Before we get into it though, you guys know what to do. Make sure to hit those notifications, and if you want even more WWE 2K videos, consider checking out the second channel. The first thing that I want to point out, and I kind of already made it obvious, and that is the fact that I don't want universe mode to go away. The mode itself has a lot of potential, and it's clear that WWE 2K wants to continue improving it on a yearly basis. Unfortunately though, over the last 2 to 3 years, it feels like it continued to take a step back. Instead of giving us the updates, the upgrades, the additions, and so on that we need, a lot of which are features that basically GN mode have, which is why we keep asking for GN mode. With that said, the first obvious thing that I am gonna mention is for us to be getting a draft. You start off by picking a roster, or if you're managing Raw and SmackDown, then you pick both of the rosters and you go on to do your draft of 20 to 30 superstars to each brand. To add that extra realism to the game, give us the ability to sign these superstars to certain type of contracts, whether it is for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year, 2 years, 5-year contracts, and so on. Of course, to make this possible, a certain type of currency is going to be needed at the beginning, but that is not necessarily required. So give us the option of whether we want to turn this off or leave it on. So like that, if anybody just wants to do a regular universe mode with however many superstars they want, they could just draft the roster without worrying about it. And just like previous GN mode, each superstar is gonna cost differently, and it all depends on their popularity and so on. To make the draft even more significant, universe mode will obviously benefit from giving us the option to trade superstar with the opposite brands. This could be a feature that is used in multiple ways. Even if you're controlling both of the brands, a Monday Night Raw and a SmackDown, all of it could lead into you creating some type of trade storyline, or some type of invasion storyline, or some type of surprise, as you can see somebody from the opposite brand showing up on that other brand. On the opposite hand, if you have superstars that are not doing too well, maybe you can send them back to NXT, or just give them different competitor in that different brand to see how things turn out. The next big feature, and this one precisely, I'm stealing it from WWE 12. I love the way that that game ended up having the shake-up after every single WrestleMania. So after that big event, a reset is needed. So it will be great for universe mode to hype up that next shakeup, where we as the player have the choice of either doing it in a show form or even just doing the draft once again with what we already have accumulated. We can have everybody be a free agent and then a random draft happening throughout the week, or maybe have it set up again like WWE 12, where on Raw or SmackDown, after every matchup, we can have some of those random drafts happen, making the show unpredictable all the way to the end. In WWE 12, we didn't have any control on who exactly was going to get drafted, so you had the chance to experience it as a fan and see it played out as a full storyline throughout the shows. So either something like that could happen again yearly, sometime after WrestleMania during that shakeup, or they could add it so that we can have a bit more control on who exactly to trade, so it doesn't have to be fully random. We can set it up in the match card for it to play it out. It will be awesome for these draft show to even start off with Vince McMahon coming out and just saying the simple line that it is time to shake things up. it would just really feel like it is the beginning of a brand new season, a brand new era in your universe mode, a reset headed into the next WrestleMania. And we are talking about storyline a lot, so you guys know where this is headed to. Probably, honestly, one of the #1 thing that I want to see back in a WWE game, and that is create a story. And I know create a story kind of works as its own type of mode, where you go in there, you set up cutscene, and you set up your own feud, your own storyline for specific superstars. But I always wanted us to have that type of control for universe mode. What if they just have a slot right there where we are able to set up a full storylines for the weeks to come? Let's say maybe heading into WrestleMania, and every week something from that creator story that we made is gonna play in your universe mode. Or every week we could continue to set it up and build it up however it is that we want, with different cutscenes, different turns, and so on. This will make it very easy for us to create some shocking storylines. Going back to like an invasion storyline, if we're heading into Survivor Series, this type of feature will be great because every week on every show we will be able to create some unpredictable attacks and so on, building towards the pay-per-view. And that is just one example, because the good thing about creator story, it will be the freedom that we get to have of actually booking our own type of storyline. And last but not least, one of the major complaints in regards to universe mode is that it doesn't feel as competitive as GN mode. GN mode gave us that factor because it was all about creating the best show to get the highest rating on a weekly basis, to ultimately at the end of the year, at the end of that season, you could get the award of being general manager of the year. So take that competitiveness aspect of it, the ratings of it on a weekly basis, and put it in universe mode after every single episode. Also go above and beyond and add something that I kind of discussed before and I suggested a lot of times, and that is giving us the ability to actually share that rating online, so that if we have friends that we are ultimately trying to compete with, this could be an actual back and forth thing where we could share the ratings, we could see how other people ended up doing and see how we compare to them. That we did better, that we did worse, what else can we do differently to actually make our show even better, and so on. So there you guys have it, about 5 features that I want to see universe mode implement and more or less take away from GN mode, because at the end of the day it really feels like a combination of both of the modes will give us the best experience of it, and those fans that still want GN mode back are gonna get their dose on it within universe mode. Let me know down in the comments below which other features you would like to see be included in WWE 2K22. There's certainly a lot of things that should be making a return because it will make the game better, and I do hope that WWE 2K games are listening to the community, especially to their feedback on the last project that went down, because GN mode was #1, so at least some of those features I hope we get to see. Anyways, if you enjoyed or found this informative, don't forget to elbow drop it and hit those notifications. I'll catch you on the next one, so stay savage.